scholars. This is Mrs. Angel. I let my daughter do my makeup, so I have a crazy lip. Please ignore my under eye bags. That's just like, that is my life now, and that is okay. That's been my life since I was 25. It's fine. So, I just want to say hi. I hope your e-learning is going really well. I wanted to show you a little bit about my house and how we're dealing with the e-learning. And this is not a good moral booster looking at myself with my eyeballs all tired. But this is not about me. Or is it? I wanted to talk to you about the assignment on Monday and also give you information about the assignment on Wednesday. So first, I am a very visual person, so I had to make myself, we went out and I bought glittery poster board, and I made myself a checklist of create e-learnings 1, 2, 3, and 4. I only have 4 total to do before spring break. Whoop, whoop. Also, I need to grade your lighting project. I got all the diagnostic quizzes in, so that's exciting. I have to figure out how to do the extra credit. Look like I got lipstick on me. So I've offered extra credit if any of you are interested in pulling up your grade, which I think some of you should be interested in pulling up your grade. Email me and let's talk about some ideas. Like, you could totally do like a puppet show. You could do... I don't know why I'm obsessed. I think I'm very, very, very sad that we didn't get to do the puppet show in class. I'm also sad about some of these TikTok dances. And I had one group that was going to like recreate Friday, and I'm very sad that I don't get to see that. So if any of you need to boost your grade, email me and let's come up with some ideas. So this is one thing I'm doing, and then I get to do a little check off. So after my e-learning number 2 create, I get to check. Dude, 67% of you have turned in like the easiest quiz in the history of humanity. Like, seriously, come on. Like, I made you listen to Bodega Cat from SNL, for goodness sake. So some of the other ways we are coping with e-learning at my house. This is my child's chart. She's got Hamilton for social studies, a dyslexic's worst nightmare for, I can't tell if this would be correct for you or not, because I don't know things. A dyslexic worst nightmare / English. The square root of plus n plus o plus p plus e equals what? Lord Foster's Kingdom, that's her science teacher. Vincent Van Go Away, that's her art project. Sopran Nope. And then dodgeball, because you know, friends, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. This is her still life that we have set up, which I actually think is sort of adorable. So can you see that? This is our still life with tea and such. And I thought it was funny because I think the expression spill the tea is hilarious because I'm just a weirdo. Here is, I'm going to flip the phone here. Can you flip the phone while you're in the middle of it? This is watching Miss Angel struggle with technology. So I know all of you wouldn't have one of these things, but we have a prize wheel. And we put different tasks on it. This one is touch of the poop. That means you have to clean the litter box. Dyslexic's worst nightmare. Work on a story. We're working on an original Danganronpa story. Look at this lighting. Do you remember I talked about how lighting can be flattering or not flattering? The lighting was not flattering. We are building a shelf together. We went on a walk. So I know all of you don't have prize wheels, but this is what we did to kind of make our lives more fun. Yeah, so I want to go over the assignment on Monday. If you didn't actually do it and you're just going to copy from here, I mean, lame, but whatever, that's fine. Okay, now we're going to watch Mrs. Angel struggle with technology. It's going to be awesome. Here, I'm going to try the lamp because this is so unflattering. My gosh. Turning that on, but I'm turning the overhead off. Is this more flattering? Is that more flattering? Yeah, it is. Okay. So now we're going to watch Mrs. Angel struggle with technology. Oh, great. There's a glare on this. Delightful. It's fine. It's fine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn this light off while we play these clips. Much excite. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. I hope you guys found this clip cool. I thought this clip was awesome. Miss Boswell actually recommended this clip. I'm going to turn the volume down a skosh so we can talk about it. Most of you 100% nailed all of the answers on this. The first transformation was very subtle. It was her glove flying away. So she takes the glove off. And it's hard to see in this light. The glove flies away. Like, I think that's magical and fancy. I also think it's really cool. A lot of you had very spot on about her hair and makeup kind of helping to tell the story. You see that her cape has a little more structure to it. Usually capes are not that like structured. You see in the shoulders how it's so structured. I also found it fascinating that a lot of you guys called the color of this dress many different things. So watch the structure and then it's like BAM! That was definitely a sort of wire or a pulley system. Look at these videos. Aren't they the coolest? So these are likely a series of projections and also probably LED screens built into the stage. So this, okay, back in the background, you see there is a fly coming in. That looks like a screen to me. It also has projections on it. So that's at least one, if not two screens coming in that then she can then project on. Isn't this cool? Like, dude, guys, this is expensive. This is very expensive. I was tickled that a lot of you like emotionally connect with this. I do too. I think it's super awesome. Video for the stairs. You can see on the top of her head, she's got that small, I don't know if it's easy to see in this section. Here, I'm gonna pause. Let's pause and discuss. So right here, she's got this little cube. That's her body mic. A lot of Broadway have gone to, this is my life. It's fine. I'm going to look like a nightmare. It's fine. It's fine. A lot of the Broadway will do the mics right here, and then it's nice because the wire can go up through their wigs, because most Broadway performers, especially ladies, will use wigs now. Another option is more that rock star mic. That's a mic that a lot of like high schools that use microphones, they have that piece that kind of goes over the ear and goes here. What's hard about that is just a lot of times if like you turn your head, you can kind of hear it go, but it's better than if it's on here. If you have that sort of lapel mic on here, a lot of times, like if you're hugging somebody on stage, it goes like the noise. So you're not bad there. I will tell you the mics that go here are so expensive. They're so expensive. Like one of these little baby units right here can be like $5,000. Like seriously, like the good ones are incredibly expensive. So she's got a microphone right there. A lot of you said that she didn't have a spotlight. I would guess that she probably does. When they have this style of show, usually they'll use a very concentrated spotlight just on her face because it helps keep the rest of the stage could stay blue while she can stay well lit. And then also, I'm sorry, I'm so sucky at technology. So here, it is a physical prop piece that they brought, and a lot of you were able to see this, like this, these are the crystals. So, dude, I can't imagine how expensive this set must be. But that is a physical drop, and then the stairs are a physical piece too, which I think is amazing. So they had the projections, but they also back it up with the visual of the crystals and the visual of the step. So I'm going to keep going because we're almost to the dress reveal. Which, dude, a lot of you were... You're right. The dress reveal, it's basically just... They're just pulling the dress off of her. And, like, the fog helps kind of... The fog is probably covering where the dress gets sucked under. If I had to guess, I would say the dress gets sucked under the stairs. And the... I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Isn't that great? So like you see, gosh, I just love this clip. I'm such a sucker for Disney. But you see there's additionally a big flash of light too. I didn't go back far enough. So there's additionally a big flash of light to kind of help distract your face. Isn't that cool? So they probably just suck that down. And then the last transformation, which was ridiculous, it was a silly question, but I wanted to ask it because it made me laugh, is she took her braid down. So her hair was in a bun and then she took her braid down. That's what it was. That made me laugh. So now I'm going to continue to struggle with technology. I'm glad a lot of you liked the Elsa and Anna transformations. I love those little kids. I thought they were so great. I worked with a quick change group. It was a duet. They were called David and Danya. I worked at David and Danya, and I'll send some clips, but they are a quick change artist, and they're really neat. I can't even with like how hideous I look. I can't with how hideous I look, friends. I just can't. Okay, now we're gonna go to our next piece. Let me see if it's this or if it's this. So what I loved about this poetry jam with Lin-Manuel Miranda, what I loved about it is with the really, I'm going to cast this to let me see if I can figure out how to cast it. I'm not a casty person. Mini player, theater mode, full screen. Miss Angel, you don't know how to do anything. You're right, friend. I don't. Here, I'll just go full screen and I'll sit next to it. Maybe that'll help with my hideous lighting. So this clip that you guys saw with Lin-Manuel at the White House Poetry Jam. Like, one, I think he's adorable. So it's hard for me to be objective about him because I think he's so smart and he's so talented and he's so generous. Like, he's done a lot to give back to the community. But let's talk about this clip. So some of the questions were a little, like, disingenuous is not the right word, but it's like, what is his costume? So a lot of you kind of said, well, he's not wearing a costume, he's just wearing a suit. I challenge you to think about every single time that you go out of the house, you are putting on a costume of sort. So for example, today, I chose not to go out of the house and my costume was sad lady in sweatpants, but then I did go out of the house to take a walk and I didn't want to present myself as sad lady in sweatpants, so I put some warmer clothes, of course, but you know, I didn't want to present myself as that sad lady in sweatpants. So, well, yes, of course, he's just wearing a suit. This is what he chose to wear. He could have wore like a tank top. He could have wore a shirt, but one, no, it would not have been super appropriate for a White House event. And two, he did want to present himself in a certain way. So he does have, I can't tell you how much I love the Obamas. But the lighting elements, yeah, you could see that bright spot behind him. I would totally call the piano a technical element since it's an instrument and so important to the sound. I would also call, you know, his microphone. Obviously, he's got a handheld mic, which totally fits the style of a poetry jam. But yeah, you can see they've got some lighting. And I think what's nice too is there are some situations. Isn't he cute? He's cute too. Alex Lacamoire. What I think is really cool is it's hard to perform to an audience when it's like you guys are all in the same amount of light. Like, that's hard. I don't know if you have ever done that. I'm sure you've done that, like, just when you're giving a speech. But when you can see everybody in the audience and they can see you, there's something that's extremely difficult about that. I think, one, you know, it's easier to sort of be in your own magical world when you have that lighting that sort of separates you. But also, like, that lighting helps draw attention to you. So if the lighting is not different from Joe Schmo talking in the corner, maybe people are going to turn around and listen to Joe Schmo, which is not fun one bit. But what I love about this is it really has a chance, like, gosh, he's so cute. It has a chance to really tell the story of what he's doing. Like, it's asking the audience to come along on a journey with him. And then here, let me go here. Look at that cute little face. Like, can you even with that cute little face? We found an orange cat in our backyard today, and we were so close to just being like, this cat is ours. But I am highly allergic to cats, and we already have 3, and I don't need 4. But dear Lord, I love cats, and he was a sweet little orange cat. Okay, I'm gonna try to copy this. Copy. Copy, paste, paste. So this is the clip that you guys watched from the Tony Awards. I would like to point out that Mr. and Mrs. Obama are not technical elements. They're not. Mr. and Mrs. Obama are not technical elements, but technically they're awesome. So there is that. So, oh, now you're connecting to the angel home. Bizarro. We're just going to do this because I'm here, and now it's going to be there. It's fine. Oh, I don't know how to life. Okay. Loop. Stop. Disconnect. Oh, Lord, friends. What if I just turn my TV off? Is it still playing on the angel home? My God. Life. Okay, so a couple things I wanted to tell about this clip. One, it's extremely hard to find copies of Broadway shows on YouTube. Usually they have to be for some sort of award ceremony like the Tonys, or they have been specially recorded from like PBS. Also, there are some new services that are offering free streaming for things. I can work if anyone's interested in that specifically, let me know and I can send you a list of free streaming things. But here, let's look at this, friends. You're like, I can't, Miss Angel, you're the worst. I'm like, I know, I can't help it. I'm trying. We're not going to watch all of this together. Ooh, let's see what ad it is. About the life of somebody who embodies hip-hop. Oh, gosh, friends. I hope you're holding up. I have to tell you, I'm a giant extrovert, and this is a challenge for me. I do love the Obamas. So one of the questions that people had that I admit was a terribly confusing question, which I apologize for, was what differentiates the principals from the ensemble. So principal roles are the ones that are generally like the speaking parts, the named characters. The ensemble are the ones who are sort of like the Greek chorus in an idea. If any of you have ever seen the Addams Family, the ensemble is the ancestors. So it's all of the Addams Family past. A lot of musicals like words. I was going to say chorus line, but that's not what I wanted to say. Like Thoroughly Modern Millie or 42nd Street, you have a really dance-heavy ensemble. I personally think the ensemble roles are the most fun, but you know. So my question there is like, what are some things that differentiate the ensemble from the principals? So for example, this is George Washington, and he's a cutie patootie, but you see his costume has this extra rank. So he's got the epaulets and the sash to sort of delineate the rank. So you know, obviously, he is a principal character. But I want you to pay attention to the difference in the colors. So he's got like the blue here. And then you see some of these other characters, the ensemble here, have the really cool, the blue with the red. I also have to say a lot of the 3 main women, the Schuyler sisters, and then Peggy also plays Miss Mariah Reynolds. They are all in these very sort of plain dresses, but I love, like, especially in the ensemble, it could be gender specific that they would only have a male ensemble in this because there really only were male soldiers, but since they have these women, like, one, it's amazing and it looks super cool, and like this particular human has amazing hair, but like I just think it's really cool and it tells the story in a really cool way. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to point out. A lot of you had super great insights about the lighting. So on the ground those are the gobos. So those are the gobos on the ground that had the different patterns. You could see the texture on the wall of the brick on the wall. That texture helps sort of the shadows. Look at those gobos. So those patterns on the floor are the gobos. And no sweat. Aren't they cute? Immigrants, they get the job done. But like I said, there's a revolve in the touring production, which I'm sure it was obviously in the original production. I've never seen the original production. I did see the touring production. There's a revolve in the middle, and they do that. They use that really cool ways. So I feel like that was kind of the most of those things. If I did not answer a specific thing about that, please let me know. I'm going to go to our next clip. Also, I figured out how to enable comments, which tickles me. So I'm going to upload this one so you guys can comment it on you if you want. I was sad that we did not have comments before. So now I am going to copy. I'm going to paste. So, okay, I didn't want this written down anywhere, but if any of you are like Shakespeare fans, but you think Shakespeare maybe is a little taken to not lightheartedly enough, there's a series on YouTube called The Sassy Gay Friend, and it, on the advice of my daughter, since it has some cuss words in it, I was like, maybe don't officially post it. But if you want to go look up Sassy Gay Friend for Hamlet and Sassy Gay Friend for Romeo and Juliet, I think they're hilarious. There's a whole series of them. But it's basically like how things would have ended differently for Juliet or Ophelia or Desdemona if they had a sassy gay friend. So I think it's hilarious. So Sassy Gay Friend. I'm just saying. So I am in love with John Mulaney. So in love with John Mulaney. So you guys are going to get lots of John Mulaney. If you are interested, there's additionally one called Airport Sushi, which I found, I found it okay, but the original one is called Lobster Diner. And if you like Les Miserables, if you like Les Miserables, Lobster Diner is really funny. It's super funny. Okay, so costumes. You guys are totally right. They're just basically wearing streetwear. Oh gosh, life. Streetwear. This is a pinstripe. This is not a flannel, friends. This is pinstripe, not flannel. But that's okay. It made me laugh when somebody said flannel. This is Pete Davidson, not David Peterson, but that's okay too. You guys made me laugh so hard. So I want to point out I'm like, look at that kitty cat. So I want to point out the musicals that are being referenced. Obviously the music, but also like the set design in this is, I think, oh, I'm sorry. You just used the bathroom in a bodega. Turn it off. The set design in here is really funny. Like the set designers did, and the prop designers, like that's funny. Anytime you can have like ridiculous scale, that's funny. Also, like this bathroom is hilarious. Okay, so here's the first, Bodega Cat. Bodega Cat, Kenan Thompson, is a reference to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Look at his little Willy Wonka hat. So that's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I think Kenan Thompson is so funny. Look, you can tell from the shadow that they have a very nice spotlight so you could see him. That's very theatrical. Because usually if the lighting is very even, yeah, they don't have these really harsh spots. This is a revolve. So I find it fascinating that Saturday Night Live can have 2 revolves, but the Tonys could not have one. It's just kidding. The Tonys, there's no need for them to put a revolve in. Okay, these ladies, they're not spiders. They're not poop. They're cockroaches. Not spiders, not poop, they are cockroaches. But I would also like to point out this detail, which makes my life laugh so hard. This detail here of the toilet paper folded just so. So like the bathroom is disgusting, but the toilet paper is folded just so. I just die at this. And look at the scale. So the scale is funny because there's like a huge toilet plunger. And then, yes, use of black light to show how nasty that bathroom is very funny. So I don't want to ruin the light. Look, I don't want to be so ruiny. John Mulaney's the Candyman. I would like to point out, check out his tie. His little bow tie falls off, and he totally picks it up. I cannot tell you how much I love an actor who, if something falls off, they pick it up. If you want to be a stage manager's best friend, if there is a bow tie or something on stage, just pick it up. So, I love John Mulaney so much. So the other musical theater references, Feed Me Seymour, that's from Little Shop of Horrors, 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 question mark. And then the Bodega Virgin Mary candle, that is a reference to Cats. She sings Memory, which makes me laugh. And then there's more Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with the Sour Patch Kids. And then right at the end, the 525,600 minutes. That, my friends, is from Rent. It is not from Glee. It is not from Glee. It is from Rent, which is 100% fine. You guys are awesome. So I'm going to try to find a flattering light. Ooh, I'm going to turn my lamp on. Okay, thank you for going along with me on this journey of technological delight. There, yes. Okay, so I've uploaded a Google form. Basically, it's divided some projects into some different categories. So there's makeup, lighting, set design, costumes, sound design. What I need you guys to do is pick a project and tell me tomorrow, Wednesday, tell me what project you want to do, and then you need to complete it by Friday. So I think the projects should be interesting. Obviously, pick one that's interesting to you. Try not to pick the one that you think is going to take the least amount of time. I mean, nobody's going to call you out on it. If that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. But I'm also going to upload one more video I want you guys to watch. And yeah, take care of yourself, guys. Okay, bye.